Oh boy, I think this is going to be one of my favorite reviews to do. What we've got here today is a 2004 Yamaha XV1700 Roadstar Midnight Edition. I'm sorry, Midnight Star. This bike is pretty huge in comparison to my Harley Electra Glide. It's at least as big, if not bigger than that. It's a 1700cc V-twin engine. Super great torque on this bike. Even though it does weigh about 670 pounds dry, man, that V-twin just pulls you right through it. Power output on the bike is about 75 horsepower at 4750, and torque numbers are 82 at 3500. So I mean, that's kind of mid-range on the RPMs for this. I'm not sure what the red line is on it. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of this bike. These bikes are known to be one of the most reliable bikes out there. If you guys do any research on these, there are folks who have bought these new off the showroom floor. They've got 250,000+ miles on them, and they're still running them. And that's just changing oil and changing batteries, and that's pretty much it. I read one thing too where there was supposedly a guy that did nothing but oil changes and batteries, and he claims to have 200,000 on the original belt, which I find that kind of hard to believe, but you know, who knows? That's what the guy said. But yeah, this is a really nice, clean looking bike. I just waxed it. It's got kind of a metallic black finish, and I don't know if that's because it's the Midnight Star edition. The reason it's all kind of blacked out with the chrome, I think it looks really cool. Actually, if you look at it at the right angle, you know what this bike kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of the bike from Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which is probably one of my all-time favorite movies ever. That one was a Harley Davidson Fat Boy. I think it was a 1990 or 91 Fat Boy. But yeah, this, if I had to compare this to a Harley, it would probably be the Fat Boy or maybe the Road King. Very similar. A heck of a lot more affordable, obviously, since it's a Yamaha. But and frankly, I think if you were to put these two in a head-to-head race against a Fat Boy or a Road King of that same year, I think this thing would smoke the crap out of it. I mean, it's got a ton of power. I'm wondering if those claimed horsepower numbers are actually lower than they are, because my Harley's got 85 horsepower on the twin cam, 88 cubic inch, and this thing feels like it pulls harder than that. But I don't know, it's hard to tell. Got a lot of factors to consider. You've got the weight of the bike, the gearing, all of that. This bike has a 5-speed transmission. Love this little heel toe shifter, and obviously the floorboards there make it super comfy for highway cruising. And you know, even though it's a 5-speed, it's really not bad, you know, cruising 70-80 miles an hour. It doesn't feel like, you know, you're redlining the engine. Doesn't feel like you're gonna blow it up cruising down the freeway like you would on like a Shadow 750 or something like that. And I'm sure this bike could cruise at 3,500 RPM all day long and not have any issues, just because of how reliable these engines are. But yeah, this is it, guys. The Yamaha Roadstar. Yamaha Midnight Star, which is basically a Roadstar, XV1700. So let me show you what it sounds like, and then we'll take her for a little spin here. Cold start. Okay, got a couple of tech specs for you guys here. Again, this is a 1700cc air-cooled V-twin. It's running at 8.3 to 1 compression ratio, and I did look up the red line for you. It turns out it is 4750, which also just so happens to be where you hit your peak horsepower. This is actually an improvement over the previous model's engine, which happened to be a 1600cc, which was electronically limited to 4200 RPM. So this one, the 1700, has got a lot higher RPM red line, and as a result, about 18% more horsepower from what I read. Anyway, that's it, guys, so enjoy the ride. All right. Let's hit the road, Jack. I'm gonna do, the bike's cold right now, I'm gonna do 1 notch of choke. It's a pretty warm day, so. Right. This bike is kind of cold-blooded. Takes a little while for it to warm up because it's such a big engine. But not too bad. Whoops. Left a piece of tape on the handlebar. See what I mean there with it being cold-blooded? Pull that choke out 1 more notch there. There we go. I hope you can hear me okay over those pipes. Man, do they sound good. I love that sound. Gas gauge isn't working on this one, and the speedometer is not working either. I've got my little Speedo app on my phone here. Talk about a freaking blast, man. Oh, another thing I gotta fix on here is the kickstand spring. Whoa! And this thing just goes through the gears like it's nothing. Should be getting warmed up by now, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting there. Like is some different handlebars on this one. I don't like these ones they have, how they're all swept back. It makes it really awkward for steering and stuff. And if you look actually down here, they dented because the handlebar actually touches the tank when you turn it full lock. So that's kind of annoying. I would not have put these on there, but that's how I bought it. So I don't know if you heard that, but I just roasted the back tire, just full gas in first gear. I mean, the torque on this is just a monster. Not forgiving on that gravel. But I do have a brand new set of tires for it. They actually came off an Indian Scout, which apparently has the same tire size as this bike. The tires I bought are the Kenda Cruise, which I think is pretty, one of the cheapest ones you can get, but still a decent tire. I've heard really good reviews on longevity as well as performance on them, so, and they're the tires that come stock on the Indian Scout, so, you know, they can't be that bad. It feels so awkward turning with these bars. So yeah, overall, you know, if you're looking for a very reasonably priced large cruiser, I would consider the Yamaha Roadstar. I mean, other than these handlebars, which it's not the bike's fault, this is a really, really comfortable bike. My seating position here is perfect, I feel like. I don't get tired. I've ridden this bike for, I think, about 30 to 40 minutes is the longest trip I've taken yet. But at no point was I sore in my back or my arms or anything. You know, it's just, it's all around good, nice, comfortable bike. And it is heavier, but I think that kind of works to its advantage as far as long distance trips, because heavier bike, well, it's more stable and usually more comfortable. You know, you're just not going to be dragging a knee through the corners, but that's fine. I got no issue with that. And man, that 1700cc V-twin is just, when you roll through somewhere, especially with these Cobra pipes, it's just a commanding grunt. It sounds so cool. I mean, you're not gonna have anyone that doesn't see you coming or hear you coming on this thing. Very, very, very fun. And a lot of times, you know, they say with these cruiser bikes, at least I know on the Harleys, they don't really build them for horsepower, they build them for look and sound. Now I think on this bike they did factor in horsepower, because holy shit, that was 60. I mean, I just hit 60 there in a couple of seconds. Just amazing torque. Getting on the freeway here, we'll see how she does. that is just excellent. The gearing on this, I'm super surprised for it being a 5-speed. I mean, I was just, I don't have a tachometer, I couldn't see my RPMs, but in 5th gear, it was just chugging along, going about 80 miles an hour. On my electric glide, shoot, man, that would have been screaming at 80 mile an hour. I think even 4th gear I could cruise at 80, no problem. Pretty comfortably without feeling like you're gonna, you know, redline the engine. I guess that's what you can do when you got such a big engine. You know, you can have nice tall gears. It's got plenty of torque to pull you through. Had to do a little dirt drift in there. Ooh, we got some ruts here. All right. This thing, man, with that nice tall 5th gear, I bet you'd hit 100 and 110 pretty quickly. I don't know what the governor is set to, but man, cruising along at 80 miles an hour in 5th gear, it was just chugging along nicely. And I don't know if you saw there, I did a little 5th gear pass on that one guy, and you know, even in 5th gear going 80, I still had plenty of torque to pass. No need to downshift or anything. This bike just has so much torque, it's incredible. But yeah, we're gonna do a couple 0 to 60 pulls and see how she does. It's a little bit of gravelly right here, so we're probably gonna get some tire spin, but that's all right. So here we go, 0 to 60, 2004 Yamaha Roadstar 1700. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let's flip them around and do one more here. Carefully, I can already feel that front tire skidding. I wonder if we should start off in 2nd gear on this one. Nah. Alright, here we go. I'm excited to see what the times are on that. I'm sure it's quicker than the Boulevard was. But yeah, I am going to I'm gonna finish you off with a couple of burnies here, as usual. Well, that just about does it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I sure did, especially those burnouts. But yeah, this is the 2004 Yamaha XV1700. Great bike, great big bike, but just overall a great bike. Lots and lots of torque, decent horsepower, heavy if you like that. And yeah, my only complaint is these stupid swept back handlebars, but I don't think those are stock. So other than that, man, excellent bike. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you could give me a like and subscribe if you want to see more of these, and thanks for watching.